and gentlemen, and welcome to the Runback U18 Curling Championship, coming to you live from the Oshawa Curling Club in Oshawa, Ontario. It's been all week. My name is Matthew Hall, bringing you all the action here from this U18 men's gold medal game. Sitting beside me in the broadcast booth, man with plenty of experience up here, Rob Faulds. Thanks for coming, Rob.
My pleasure, Matt. Looking forward to it.
So we'll meet the teams for this final game. Throwing the red stones is Team Jakes. Jeremy Jakes, backed up by lead Jacob Millward. Second, Alex Bellman. The vice and fourth rock thrower, Ethan King. Coming up against them with the yellow stones, Team McDougall. Skip, Thomas Del Conte. Lead, Teo Barbosa. Second, Nathan Jewell. Vice, William Jewell. Coaches for the two squads for Team McDougall, David Del Conte. They play out of the Hamilton Victoria Curling Club. And for Team Jakes, Jennifer Langford out of the Oshawa Curling Club. Now, you might have noticed, Team McDougall, there was no McDougall in the lineup. Getting the story there, I guess. Family little vacation to BC, Rob. So they've brought in Theo Barbosa as a vice. Or sorry, excuse me, as a spare, playing lead.
Can't interrupt your holiday vacation.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity too, and we've seen too. They've kind of mixed this rotation up. Nathan Jewell is now handling the house right now, and that's a wear and tear after two pretty intense days to get to this point.
Absolutely, feeling a little bit of strain in his shoulder from what I heard. So, Skips don't do a whole lot of sweeping back there, as I know from my junior career. So, getting a little bit of rest. He is now not only calling the game, but throwing the fourth stones. Thomas Del Conte will be throwing the third rocks and vicing today, and William Jewell will take up the seconds rocks. As we pick up play here in the first end, a couple of rocks in play. That stone just slipping out the back. We've been seeing most of the week, all of our games so far have been the U21 division, so this will actually be our first look at the U18 boys here.
Ice has been very quick this week too.
Yeah.
So if you get on a glide path, rocks will disappear quickly out the back of the house. You have to have very good control.
Especially it continues to speed up as the game progresses. Almost an extra 3 to 6 feet depending on the day from the first end till about the fourth is when it gets its fastest. So the teams really have to adjust and adjust quickly.
I threw a watch on one of the earlier draws. He was getting 15.5 hog to hog. That drifted into the back eight, so it just shows you that you've got to have great weight control. This one rolls into the back of the house.
Just slid too fast. Draw is 15.5.
So Yellow's in a pretty good position right now. Jake's trying to clean things up.
I'm just gonna say you're sweeping 15.5 should be good.
Definitely Yellow having the hammer here in the first end. It was decided based on their round robin records.
Go down. What weight? Control. Control down. Got it, curl. Straight. Straight.
Roll.
Nice. That works.
That's good.
Turn around. Top
Job.
four.
Less weight.
Team Jakes
You got this.
Less.
made their round robin with a 2-1 record,
Less weight.
finishing with wins over Fisher and McTavish before dropping their last round robin game against Genjaga, but bounced back in the semifinal with a win over Fisher. On the McDougall side, they dropped their first two games of the event against Genjaga and Fisher, but they bounced back to beat McTavish twice in a row to find themselves in this final.
This here.
Whoa. Faster.
Trying to get this yellow rock buried. We've been seeing most of the week. Likes to curl towards, a bit more towards the center line, but doesn't like to cross it or get around those corner guards. So that one's staying out in the open here. The chance for Team Jakes to make a double, possibly roll behind the corner.
Remember, clean your brother's rock.
It's got to curl. Got me to curl?
Alex Bellman waiting for the curl. Starting to go now. Trying to hold it enough.
Over here. That's fine.
Makes contact, not enough to get the double, but keeps that red shooter in a good spot. Thomas Del Conte will need to be a bit careful here removing this redstone, not jam it on either of those yellows in the back of the rings.
Control.
Doing a bit of discussion there, deciding what kind of weight they wanted to throw. It's been incredibly important this week, Rob. I don't know if you've watched many of our broadcasts, but weight control plays such an important part. It's a little bit straighter here than maybe some of these curlers are used to, and you throw just that extra 2-3 feet, you get absolutely no curl, as maybe what happened there. He sails by the redstone, picks out his own at the back, so now an opportunity here for Team Jakes to possibly fight back and sit two.
Just a little extra weight by Del Conte. Would not curl. Now look for a little hit and flop.
I think about no.
Getting our first look here at Jeremy Jakes, calling the game, but does throw the third stones. Ethan King will be the brick thrower today.
Whoa. Never.
This is our first look at the U18 boys this week.
Sailing.
Straight.
Okay, I'm gonna come the other way.
Got set and just would not come back.
Come this way.
And, you know,
Just no say, come this way.
the ice, from what I've been seeing, it really punishes if you're just that little bit wide. You know, he might not have actually thrown that too badly, but if you're just about an inch or two wide at this end when you let go, the far end, it can look like a foot and a half. It really rewards consistent ability here this week.
You got this.
First look at the U18 boys. It's been a good matchup. Just looking at some of the previous games from these two teams, a lot of close ones. 3 one-point decisions on the Team McDougall side, and almost none of the Team Jakes games getting more than 2 or 3 points. So I would expect a very close matchup here.
Oh, a bit of a break there as that one shooter rolls away.
I hate going the other way.
Maybe I'll be on the broom.
Jeremy will get another chance to remove this yellow stone. And saw how his last rock reacted, so should be fairly close.
Like at all.
If you like to, it's fine. I'll try to be on the
That
broom.
guard was never an issue. If I hit the guard, it's probably missing red.
We're on TV.
Yeah, once it slides, I'll watch the line.
Yeah, straight. Wide here. It's never coming back. Whoa.
Bellman on the inside. Jacob Millward on the out. Now they're on it.
Whoa. No.
Seem to like the line. Would like to stick around in the 8-foot if they can.
Right on the beak.
Which way?
That's good.
This men's boys final, not the only matchup going on out there. We have 3 games on the ice. Right beside us on sheet 5 is the U21 women's final. The Swiss team, Team Einspieler, facing off against the team we just saw won their semifinal, Team Cave.
Team heading to Switzerland.
Absolutely, with the trip to Switzerland is the grand prize in the U21 division, going to the highest placing Canadian team. And since they're facing off against our guests from Switzerland, Grace Cave locking down that spot. And right beside them is the U21 women's bronze medal game with Bella Crozier facing off against Charlotte Johnston.
Here's Nathan Jewell throwing the final stones for Team McDougall.
Whoa.
Let's see, this spot does not like to curl throughout the week.
Throwing inside out, trying to get a roll behind cover.
Absolutely an outstanding result there, making the roll across the rings, dead buried behind that corner guard. Still the opportunity here for Ethan King to come down and freeze, but definitely happy there if you're Nick Jewell here in this first end.
Great roll.
Ethan King now the 4th rock thrower for Team Jakes. like to come down, freeze onto that yellow stone, set up a second point.
Right through. Number 2. It's okay. I got it.
No. Your mom will kill me if you sweep.
Oh, yeah.
What a great line. I got it. No, you better not. Your mama kill me.
Thomas taking no risk with Nathan's shoulder here in the first end.
That's the essence of teamwork, isn't it?
So great opportunity here. Already sitting one buried without the hammer. Would like to get a second one here, but very important to control the weight. Throw this to your sweepers. If you end up a little bit light, top 12, it's just another rock that's in Ethan King's way when he tries to draw the 4-foot here.
I'll throw 15 free. Get up.
Top
I'm wide,
4.
I'm wide. I'm wide.
Curl.
Off. Theos if anyone.
Really a little bit full of the broom. Thomas wants them to curl, but it's important to, what's more important is getting the weight right
I
here.
got a 14-8 hog to hog, so
Should be a little heavy.
you needed to grind,
Hard.
trying to get it back as far as they can, and it will come to a stop back 8. So now gives Ethan King something to throw to.
And if they were going to be a little heavy there, would have liked to go a little bit deeper, leave some extra space. Now with the rock stopping where it is, Ethan King has the opportunity. He could draw all the way to that stone, still be shot rock. Final stone here in the first end, needing a piece of the 4-foot to score his single point. Ethan King. Alex Bellman and Jacob Millward will try to manage this stone down to the button.
Top 4, guys. Whoa. Never. It's got to curl.
Needed to move.
It's starting to put on the brakes. We'll make
Settle in, is going to bump and roll. Key is how far does it roll? Rolls back to steal a 1.
So there we go, a little bit heavy on both of his draws there for Ethan King. Results in a steal of 1. We'll take a quick commercial break. When we come back, Team Jakes will try to strike back and score 2 of their own.
Anyone can be scared to try something new.
But moving outside of your comfort zone
can open new possibilities.
and having the courage to change something,
Doesn't change who you are.
So why try something new?
to innovate, to create a legacy.
To make an impact.
You have to earn it.
And you better be ready to enjoy it.
Because you never know who else you might make an impact on.
What impact will you make?
Goldline, the choice of champions.
Top 4. Are we? Yes, Scar.
And we're back here in the second end. Team McDougall getting away a little bit with a steal of 1 point in that end. Really kicked off by an excellent
Really wide.
hit and roll on Nick Jules first.
It was low like that.
Gonna throw the center guard here, but I think just a little bit wide of the broom out of his hand. Ends up as pretty much a corner. See Jacob Millward here, the lead for Team Jakes. Will try to draw around.
Top 12. Pull down. No. Never, Alex. Where? Top 8.
Should start to break. Once it crosses center, it'll straighten out a little bit. They're getting Ethan King on it. Try and get a little bit of extra curl at the end.
To T-line. Back drifts into the back 4.
Control. Control. Whoa, straight, straight. Hard. 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 Hard.
Gonna hold it.
Hard. 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 Hard.
And I'm still trying to hold it.
Neat sweep there by Will Jewel to make contact, still rolls out of the rings. A little bit tight there for Teo Barbosa. Jakes will continue to try and play around this corner for most of the end as long as they're able. We could get one buried above the T line. It would be a great start to try and get 2 points back.
Will, you're shooting.
You get it on the O. It's a little wide though. On junior, be terrific, but this one's sailing.
You got more weight than the last one, time-wise.
It's starting to dig in. Should hang around back the 8 foot, I believe.
Control. Straight. Whoa.
McDougal
Whoa,
playing with
straight.
3 so
Whoa.
far. Hopefully
Whoa, Theo.
a quick bathroom break for Nathan. Nothing's happening with his shoulder. Well, that's been an issue for most of this week. As Thomas is now in the rings calling these first couple shots.
Hit and roll to just to the side. Control.
Speaking to this Jake's team before the game, Rob, you're fairly familiar with this team. They play out of the Oshawa Curling Club, but this is their first year together as a foursome, but 5 years together for the last 3 players and 7 or 8 years together for the back end. You don't see that a whole lot, especially at this age.
Junior program's been very good here at the Oshawa Curling Club, and so they've had the opportunity as that bumps and will roll behind cover and stick around for shot. So the junior program has been great, so they've had a chance to play through Little Rocks and into juniors. Just a great opportunity to get familiar with their game.
Pretty good result there for Team Jakes. Not
It is
maybe
available on this side.
edge on edge with the guard, so the opportunity here to remove it.
Hard, Theo. Hard. Hard. You got it hard. Hard.
Moves away and looks like it'd be biting.
It's in.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you.
Trying behind.
Will, come down here.
Where you've seen a couple times they've tried to come around this corner, ended up a little bit wide. This direction hasn't wanted to curl as much most of this week, especially off the line. It's been a struggle, even with that guard as high as it is. You have to play it pretty close to end up getting buried.
Touch out. What weight? It's got to be top of the house, guys.
He's calling that this one might be a little bit heavier again.
Guys, tolerance is light on our shots, okay?
Hard.
We don't need to be throwing them.
Okay, top 4 draw.
No, you're throwing a lot of weight.
Good comment there, I think, by Jeremy Jakes. Talk about the tolerance a lot, and you know, sometimes winning a curling game doesn't necessarily come down to making more shots, but when you do miss them, missing them the right way. You've seen already a couple times this end coming up a little bit heavy, slipping through the rings. Whereas if those shots were coming up as tight guards, even top 12s, those are rocks that are usable. You can tap them later. Just gives you more options to work with.
Well, exactly. And now this opens the door with the guard for
Yes.
Team McDougal to hide it.
Hard. Hard. Heads down.
Already got a biter in the back 12.
Hard, guys. Hard. Curl. Hard. Curl.
Love to get this buried if they can.
Hard. Hard. Hard, guys. Both of you never stop. Hard. Hard.
It's up about edge on edge with the guard.
I'm heavy.
Wide open though.
Because there's already that one in too. Yeah.
Where the hell were you?
About like 410. Yeah.
Wait, I got one more. 4-2.
Okay, guys, the weight's the exact same as over there. 410.
Good sweep, Theo. And
That one they
well,
just threw is 1535.
No. If it was above tee, yeah.
So it's about the same. Just draw on top of it.
Little out. Never. You need it here.
Waiting a long time on this rock to try to move. Now trying to encourage the curl.
Yeah, hard, Jacob. Hard, guys.
Weight's good though, so should be able to work it.
Hard, hard.
Okay, I was just a little wide.
It's down to rest on the button. Not again, not quite getting that curl they're hoping for, so it is accessible.
Yeah. Whoa, watch your feet. Straight. Whoa, straight. Yes. Yes.
This is going to step over the line. Shouldn't be a problem. It may get a bit of a roll.
Roll it. Roll it. That's not bad.
Boot flop to the other side of the button, closer to that corner guard. I think
Damn, I curled so much.
Jeremy Jake's very quickly calling his shot now. You need to deal with that yellow stone in the forefoot.
I curled so much at the end. It curled so much at the end. I just didn't want to overroll and leave that back, and that's why.
Yeah, no.
That's better than
Control
overrolling.
on kind of the inside.
Theo was wide on a guard. They were wide on a draw. We hit. They hit. Or we hit. Rolled out. They drew. We hit. They hit. We hit. Rolled. They drew.
Whoa.
Missed it. And yeah.
Breaks his final stone in this end. Trying to remove a couple yellows.
Curl.
Might roll out.
No! No!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Nicely done. That does roll the shooter away. Now yellow sitting 2.
Two yellows in the rings are grouped, so
15-5.
individual will need to draw this into the house to avoid leaving a double.
Use the guard that's there.
Yeah, I don't know. Why though? Like I've been needing the wrist. I don't know. Draw weight's pretty easy on this. That's what you might have to do. Draw for one. That's fine. I wouldn't even bother hitting those. I mean, if you're gonna go for that, you might as well just freeze.
Will here, carrying the hack to deliver his first of this second end.
Whoa. Whoa.
I think so, yeah.
Nice try.
1380.
No, 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 no.
And just a little strong.
That's hack almost.
The opportunity is there to try and play a double if they would like.
Way too fast.
Could be tight.
I'd have to go this way.
I told you that,
Could
didn't
just hit.
I? Did I tell
But
you that?
I think you gotta get a draw. Draw weight.
Hit.
Yeah, it was like here.
No, you can just come to it, I think.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Oh. What do you mean?
They looked at the hit.
It was heavy on the draw, and he hit the back and go a little too far.
Didn't look like
No,
Ethan
you're
King
fine.
was
Just go here.
happy with it.
Just like top 8.
So now looking top 8 behind the guard.
And that was the other option that I was thinking of. One or the other, you can try and play the hit and play for the blank, but with the corner guard up and the hammer, if you get this buried, you have a very good chance at taking 2 and the lead.
Yeah, they were 14-5. Damn.
No, it's gotta be top, guys.
Oh, never, 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 never.
Tolerance is light.
Now the line doesn't seem all that bad. It's
Gotta finish.
Don't touch it.
No, never touch.
Not going to get the curl they were hoping for. It's going to be wide open, but it is shot.
Board center one should be good. Clean release.
I think that's maybe the third, fourth shot we've seen this end down that spot that just hasn't quite gotten the curl, so something to sort of note in your head for later. Make the adjustment, or it's whether you think if you're just tossing it a little bit wide or tighten up the broom. Just try to change things up to get a little bit closer on that shot. Either way, it's going to be a pretty easy removal here, I think, for Nathan Jewell.
No, this will be good. Should be.
Yeah, like the weight is the exact same as over there. I'm getting the exact
Straight. Hard. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Curl. 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 Hard.
Barbosa working
Hard.
curl side.
Hard.
I get a hit. It is going to
Whoa.
roll,
Whoa.
and it will roll out. And it now a force for Team Jakes.
Gets to throw the exact same shot he just did, so should be pretty close with his draw weight. We saw that steal in the first was a result of thinking being a little bit heavy on both of his draws. Now that he's made one, feels what it is, has that feeling in his legs, so should be very close.
Where?
Last rock of the second.
Take a look.
King needs the 8-foot here to score his single point. It seemed to think it was a little light. Now they've backed off.
Don't touch it.
Come on, guys.
14-6. My big fat thumbs, and it will go just back 4.
One red.
It is a single point here for Team Jakes, so they bounce back to tie up the game 1-1 after 2 ends. Quick commercial break, and we'll be right back at the start of the third.
Doesn't matter if you're just learning how to play.
Or competing at the top level of the game.
We all go for fun.
And Gold Line gear?
This is for everyone.
These shoes are more comfortable than ever.
These are stable.
These make me slide straight.
These make me slide fast.
The new impact head maximizes performance.
And can we talk about grip zone technology?
Because it's on the brooms and the gloves.
Beginner or pro, they got something for you.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
To center line.
And we pick up play here in the third end of this U18 Runback Curling Championship.
Bring it.
Team McDougall facing off against Team Jakes.
Bring it.
Looking across the sheets at the other 2 games in the U21 women's final. After a blank end, it was the Swiss Team Einspieler picking up 2 to take a 2-0 lead over Team Cave. Women's game, Bella Crozier started off with 2 in the first end. They are playing the third. Still waiting to see that score come up. We'll let you know as soon as we see what happened in the second end.
Back 8.
Great center guard to start here for Team Jakes. We'll give him the opportunity to hopefully get something buried later.
He slid off like bored. Yeah, I know.
That one drifts away. So again, it has been that adjustment on this sheet 4. For Team Jakes, they have not played on sheet 4 throughout the week. They played on 1, 2, 7, and 8.
So it could possibly be that these middle sheets act a little bit differently than the wide ones here at the Oshawa Curling Club. There is a bit of a barrier that segments the club. Sheets 1 and 2 and 7 and 8 are on the outside.
How's the weight, Ethan?
The top 8.
Hard, Alex, all the way. Hard, Alex.
The top
I
4.
could know we're trying to follow up after a great first shot.
All the way. All the way. Yes, all the way. Yep. All the way. All the way.
Excellent draw
Good
there.
drop.
Right to the top of the button, mostly buried. Was a single point for Charlotte Johnston. So Team Crozier has a 2-1 lead with the hammer in their third end of play of the bronze medal women's match.
Right out of their hand.
Pound it.
Barbosa's rock.
Slowly. Oi. pound it. We can get there.
Thomas urging on
Pound it, pound it.
William, his fellow sweeper, try to get this to the rings.
Yeah, I know. We're not. Keep sweeping. We're not. Get in. We weren't guarding them.
Doesn't quite get there, but again, Rob, as we talked about last time, that's a usable stone. It's the adjustment. That's something you can run back if you have to later, top it up.
Just peel it.
Yeah, tolerance light.
Look at Alex Bellman here in this end. Following up some great play by their lead, Jacob.
Go. Just clean.
3. Yeah, you're gonna be close.
Got a curl.
Really want this to bend. Here it goes. May wick off that. It will.
Roll off.
But it does line things up.
Just
Absolutely,
peel.
this ends.
It looks like
Just a little,
there is an opportunity to get to the shot rock, but
too much weight.
they're going to clean up the mess in front.
No, it's fine.
Looking better and better so far for Team Jakes. Would like to get both of these red guards moving if they could.
Double peel. Whoa.
This is outside.
Whoa.
Peel up the top one. Put it right back.
Little less.
Yep.
Quick look at the Yellowstone. It may be in the rings, but for the time being, probably safe just to keep tossing up these guards. It is in the rings. Looks like their second shot. Is anywhere of those two red stones in the rings, though, and they're looking pretty good.
Where?
Looking at 403. 2. Weight's good.
That's good. Line's good.
Line is good. This should finish nicely.
Yeah, Ethan. Whoa.
Little bit heavy touches
Yeah.
that red stone.
Good.
May have pushed it into B's second shot.
Ethan.
A little bit of
Looks like it,
benefit
yeah.
there.
Run this one. This one.
Called the hit and roll.
Just through it.
He just threw it. Yeah.
Nate. Okay. No, run back. Clean
Good run
release.
either stone.
Yep.
Both of them have their options. The one on the center line, of course, is second shot, so you could make the double that way and be sitting one. The other stone a little bit higher, so you do have the option of possibly a double peel. They've decided to go at the center line one.
Hard. Whoa. 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 Oh,
They
that's
nudged the other one over. It's definitely second shot now. No discussion.
probably should have done the other one.
Less, right. My bad.
Probably should have done the other one.
A little less.
Yeah, I know, but the other one, if you were wide, you got the double.
A little less.
Jake's now sitting two. Free opportunity once again. I believe just trying to toss up a guard.
The other one's wide.
What was my draw? That hit the button. Less ice. Thanks. The one that came down here.
Little out.
Yeah, big
Are you
time.
in?
Yeah. Because if you miss
Foot
it,
wide,
curl.
little
Got a
heavy.
little heavy too.
Curl.
Be here.
Millward's starting to work on it. Bellman waiting to join in.
Hard curl. Hard
They're
curl.
trying to get it to curl around.
Hard curl. All the way.
Here
Don't
comes
stop.
curl.
Okay, whoa, just curl, just curl, just take a whoa, whoa, whoa,
Whoa,
whoa.
whoa. We can't leave the double.
You're good.
Will, you got
there.
Will.
Just overswept just a little bit. It looked like it had a nice amount of curl. Just bumps off that red stone. Still a very difficult situation here, though, for Team McDougall.
I figured that I'd be.
Conte throws pretty good weight.
If he's able to hit this guard in a good spot, should be close.
The speed wobble coming out.
Hard.
Nice. Yeah, less weight.
I know I hit the hat. Or hit something.
What was my time? Okay.
Great opportunity here for Jakes. Like to toss up a guard on the center line. Would like to block both of those stones on the button as much as possible.
So split that center line. Both lined up, side by side.
No real easy. The only way to really make a double on them would be to hit them right in the middle, right in the crotch. So block that up.
I didn't push it, guys. No. I didn't push it. Just don't push. Let it die. You know what? Bring it to.
Well, they're going to end up with a rock pile now.
Bring it to.
Blast it.
That's actually, would have liked, I think the guard might have been a little bit better, but that ends up in a really good spot. That red rock's never going anywhere.
Yeah, that one's stuck. But just heard Bill Conti say we're going to blast it.
Hit it just off of the nose. Get rid of 2 reds. Have a couple options. You could roll behind the corner. You hit it on the nose and sort of stay frozen. That'd be good as well.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess now with red sitting 4.
This once again, maybe just a little bit tight.
Top gets 1, and we'll roll behind the
That's not bad.
guard for 3rd.
As Thomas mentioned, they're not the worst result. Now the 2 red stones in the forefoot. There should be a fairly easy double on them. Rolls behind the corner for 3rd. Of course, Ethan's not going to play nice here. He's going to try and split the center once again. Guard up that situation in the middle.
Got lots of weight. Where? Where?
Uh-oh. Lots of weight means they're going to get a collection again. If they can get it frozen off nose.
Mind even moving some of the reds, make the double a little bit tougher.
If you can hit that, there's a possibility for triple.
Just a little bit, would want to hit it a little bit on the center line side. Good, get all 3 reds moving. As soon as if you can throw enough weight to get that red stone that's just biting the top of the 4 out the side. I think the other 2 should go pretty easily.
No, I even moved the rock back, so.
Also want to play this as if you're just trying to hit and roll behind that yellow situation on the right-hand side.
Especially if you're not confident with your big weight.
Mm-hmm.
They could get all 3, but then we
Clean release.
Yeah, we take that one out.
I'm hoping they only get 2 max, but no matter how they hit that top rock, as long as they hit it with weight, the back 2 are doing it.
Whoa, whoa, curl, 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 curl.
Now to get it to curl.
Curl.
To pump it and get 2. Very nicely done to get rid of 2. Red still shot.
Yeah, it has to be a guard.
So that, yeah, you could just hear that comment too. It's got to be a guard.
Could try and... There's really no easy spot to draw into the house. Just need 8 foot or a piece of the 4 to sit to, but pretty much anywhere you put it, you're always going to leave some kind of a double for 3. So toss up a guard here. If you make it, it should be pretty difficult for Team McDougall to remove that red stone in the 4 foot.
Oh, it did. Anything you say is picked up. Yep.
King's final stone here in the third end. Facing a bit of a tough situation here. Would love to guard this red stone of his.
More than 3.
Not even touching it again. So again, weight control's been a bit of an issue for Team Jake's the first 3 ends. This one stays wide. And it's going to not even be there. So it's a great opportunity now.
Absolutely. That
Team McDougall punched that out.
red stone in the forefoot, pretty much wide open, has a little bit of space past the guard. Make sure it goes. You'll at least get your 2 points. Love to stick around for 3.
Clean release. No.
You would have thought this was coming about halfway through the end. You remember that
Nice
big
little
mess
rock
of
pile,
red,
yeah.
yeah.
Release board.
I probably should have been called in the hits. Wouldn't have mattered if the
Quick update from the U21 women's final. Grace Cave scoring 1 in the third, trails by 1.
Nathan Jewell, excuse me, very deliberate in the hack, taking his time. Big shot here in the third end of this boys' final.
Brought it up.
Uh-oh.
Hard.
Are they going to catch enough of it? They're going to catch any of it.
Hard.
Oh, a flash.
One red.
What an opportunity it was for Team McDougall. Turns into 1 red.
So it ends up steal of 1 for Team Jakes. They take a 2-1 lead after 3 ends of play. We'll be right back after a quick message for the start of the 4th.
He did what I did.
I missed a shot.
I made the wrong call. I didn't sweep hard enough.
We let you down.
At least that's what they say.
Like they want us to quit.
But that's not who we are.
That's not what champions do. Champions fight back.
Champions rise again.
Champions are resilient.
And make no mistake,
We are champions.
Gold Line, the choice of champions.
should come back. Just Alex.
Picking up play here at the start of the 4th end of this U18 boys Runback Curling Championship. My name is Matthew Hall. Once again, Rob Faulds beside me in the booth, and big missed opportunity there in that last end, Rob, for Team McDougall. Had the opportunity for possibly 3, but at least 2 if you make contact. Gets a little bit full down a straight spot, sails right by, and it's a big steal for Team Jakes.
Would have that maybe been the storyline that we've been following since the first rocks opening end, is having that weight control. Get the weight handled, then you might have the edge right now in the final 5 ends.
You can definitely get away with missing the broom a little bit as long as your weight isn't too much. And I think on that one, a little bit full, but also just heavy weight, and they just can't get that carve back to make contact.
Just bring it down.
Jake slips into the rings on their first one, and Teo Barbosa removes it from play. They want to keep a couple fewer rocks in play this end. They were in trouble halfway through before a couple good doubles, hit and rolls by Thomas Del Conte and Nathan Jewell set them up for an opportunity.
Hard, Alex. Whoa. Whoa. Where?
It's going to be 3. No, 3.
You're right there.
Forward second stone will slip into the rings, top of the 8-foot.
335 or 435.
Same shot.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Again, choosing to remove this stone, had the opportunity to toss up a corner guard, but a little bit worried about this rock in the top of the rings.
We're good on pace.
Girl. Hard piece. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Once the shooters stick around,
Oh. Sorry.
It will rolls over to the
not a
side of
bad
the
result.
rings.
Moves it into a different spot.
Control.
think this hit side out off of the center line. This is in a straightest spot of the sheet, I would say, and I think he got this a little bit wide. Very unlikely that'll come back for him. Sails right by, so now a chance here for Team McDougall. As Thomas said, could guard.
No, they won't.
Either way, would have been on.
Could also split the rings and sit too.
I like this.
I think so. I think it's just a little bit early in the end if you try to go in the rings. Couple opportunities for the other team to possibly make a double, or we've already seen how difficult it is to hit and stick in the rings in this game, so that would be something you'd be relying on your team to do for a while.
3. Sweet field, sweet.
See, this rock was pretty much thrown right down the center line, so we'll get a good look at how much curl there is off the line here.
Keep sweeping. Get a bite, get a bite. Really straight there.
Here's the comment by Thomas. You can see only about a foot and a half of curl on that draw.
You can try the 2. You try for 2 or just hit and roll.
Because like we would have
Which one are you hitting first?
we would have
This
like
one.
5 hits to stay. 5 hits.
You gotta throw normal.
If you're outside, go for 2, but just hit and roll.
Okay.
Plan B's this.
Okay.
Your
Control.
choice. Think about it now.
Normal. Yep. It's out. Whoa.
Remove one of these yellows, would like to stick around.
Catch one, move the other. It rolls up and out, but he does remove the yellows.
Shot, Alex.
So excellent outcome there from Team Jakes, removing both stones.
Got just a little too much of the top ones. Was able to get the double, but it rolled it up and out.
So we're back to a wide open end here. Liam Jewell will try to draw into the rings. Preferably playing, looks like they're going to try and play for a blank here. If you ever got a flash, you'd have the opportunity to split the rings once again.
Low light, right, low light. See all there.
Lots of rotation. To side.
Up to top of the 8-foot.
Yeah, right on that little bump.
Just watch those.
Again, deciding to throw this hit off of the center line.
All right, guys.
Just be something they're
Just control.
more comfortable with, but we have seen it'll be a little bit straighter off the center, which just means you need to be that much more precise with your hits.
That he has a lot of rotation on his. There's a lot of rotation. No, just slow it down.
Nice shot.
Okay, just roll to the side, guys. Not out. No, you guys will be fine. Just roll to the wing, not out though.
It was easy. It's pretty easy.
It's just, okay, I don't mind it rolling to the wings, but not out.
Never.
This one's got a curl.
You're gonna roll this
Here
way.
it comes.
Plan B. Whoa.
Whoa, never. Do not touch roll.
We roll it, that's fine.
Don't touch roll.
Will it stay? No.
No, it's out.
And we talk about those free opportunities there after rolling out. Thomas Del Conte is going to get a free chance to get his draw weight underneath him. Could prove dividends later in the game if it's needed.
No, draw here. Draw here.
Was I out? Like I felt like it was good.
I thought you were good.
I like this by Team McDougall. Keep switching the sides that you're drawing to.
All there, all there, all there, all
Don't
there.
let Team Jakes get comfortable. Keep them throwing in new spots all the time.
It's definitely faster than normal. Do you want to leave this high so you can hit it? I don't want to hit
It's
too
1484, so that's going to be back 12. Out. Out.
Ethan King trying to urge this and does out of the rings.
Side.
Free chance back for Jeremy Jakes to get his draw weight.
Sure. We don't have hammer. Yeah. Yeah, right, that's good. you said you got 458. You gave it a little nudge. Your time, it was it's a little heavier. The times were the same. Me? Yeah. Okay. Because the times are consistent. Okay. It's just maybe the releases.
All there. Okay. You want to just tee? Just
No.
tee.
No, guys.
There's not.
No.
Staying close to this one might be a little bit heavy again.
No, if anyone else. If anyone else. Got a curl.
At 14-8, so it should grab.
Yeah.
Going to be back house.
Sticks around back of the 12 foot, so Thomas will be forced to attempt to remove it.
It's not mine. Gives us a chance to draw right down. Straight. Whoa.
Watch this rock should straighten out, back up a little bit.
Should have a good roll on it. Clean. Curl.
Forced to make a play on it.
Control. Yeah. Just gotta let it be. Yeah. Let it be. Ethan King.
Alex, get ready to go hard on it.
Rocks at point. No rocks.
Towards a blank as we see the King's first stone here in the fourth end.
Yep. Whoa.
Team's wanting to keep it very close.
Got a curl.
This has some
Got to
movement to
curl out
do.
more.
Got it.
And it splashes it. Slides by. Opportunity now. For Team McDougall. Put it on the other side.
Throw 16.
Second flash we've seen this end in that spot, trying to come off the line.
I'm just thinking of the times. That was probably normal.
Still, it needed to curl so. Why didn't it curl like?
Just here, Nathan Jewell's draw weight. Hit the paint to sit two. Give yourself the opportunity to maybe take the lead here in this end.
Saw 14-8. And Jake's, and that went back 8 and top to back 12.
14 and a half is may stick around, but pretty much anywhere around 15 and a half should be good.
Whoa.
William Jewell on it early. They want to try and get as much separation between these stones as they can.
Right here, guys. Right here, yes. Both of you. Hard.
So
Okay,
15,
16, and it just gets in.
a little bit of help from William and Teo. It gets in no problem.
Go try the one, right?
Got to try to flop over top of the other.
Yeah, there's
Key is
really,
being shot.
Rock actually ended up in a great spot for Team McDougall. There's no real easy double, but Jakes can hit and roll in front of that other yellow. Just try and make the two as difficult as you can.
It's like take a second, then pound it. Like control.
I thought it was going to. That's why. Well,
Here, he hits. We have it for two.
keep it straight.
Flashes, same shot for three.
That sucks. Last time I had to hit.
Well, what are you gonna do about it? It's in the past. Here, just go look at line.
Well, job one. Get rid of the shot stone.
He drifted.
Maybe a little bit wide out of his hand. See if it comes back.
Coming back. coming.
Contact with the one.
And it will be, they get lucky for shot, but they were going to go after it right away. Get their deuce. Hit and stick.
They're taking a
They're
closer
taking a
look
good
at
look.
it now. I was going to say this Thomas seemed pretty sure, but might want to make sure this is a pretty tough hit. You don't want to throw it if you don't have to.
Control. Yeah, you have a whole house to roll to.
Okay.
Clean
Now we're all just
release.
way offline. Like I know.
It's like they aren't quite sure who's shot, so they just don't want to take the risk of drawing and only taking one. So they're gonna play the hit. Do have lots of space to roll to.
I've consistently been outside. All 4 games we've played, so. And it's not forgiving either. No.
Breath in the hack. Nathan Jewell, final stone in the fourth end, and the chance to take the lead.
Whoa, whoa, curl, whoa, whoa, straight, straight, whoa, whoa, curl, 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 curl.
Well done. 2 yellow.
As the Redstone sticks around to count it up 2 points for Team McDougall here in the fourth end to take the lead 3-2. We'll take a quick break at halftime, and we'll be back as soon as they start the fifth end.
Hey guys, welcome to the Stu Sells team's brand new listing, and we are in Rosedale, one of the most expensive, prestigious neighborhoods in the city. Now, the best thing about this house is you have 2 options. You can buy this house for the lot, 42 feet by 100 feet deep, and you can do whatever you want. You can build your dream house here because you have tons of lot coverage, so you can make tons of square footage. Or if you want to just go inside, you could take this house. It's so cute. It's a little 1.5 story. You could totally renovate it, update the kitchen, update the bathrooms, put some new hardwood floors in. Don't spend a lot of money, and you could have a really super cool home. So there's a ton of potential. And oh my gosh, you can't beat this location. All the bike paths are close by if you want to go biking up to Sunnybrook Park or down by the Don River or bike downtown. You've got the Evergreens, which is super cool. You can go to Somerhill, some great little shops, restaurant, cafes. You can go up to Leaside and up on Bayview, cool little restaurants, funky shops. There is so much to do, and it's a great neighborhood, great schools, great place to raise a family. So look, go to StuSells.ca, see all the photos, the virtual tour, the video, and give me, Stu, a call for a personal tour.
Bring down your weight, everyone.
Then we pick up play here in the fifth end after 2 stones. Lead rocks by Team McDougall drawing into the top of the 8-foot. And the first stone from Jacob Millward slides deep, trying to throw the corner guard into the back. Definitely, I think if you're both teams here, you're not too unhappy with how you played the first 4 ends. This one maybe a little bit tight by Theo Barbosa.
Ooh. Curled.
But I think if you're both teams, you're not too unhappy with how you played the first 4 ends. Both teams having their opportunities. Of course, we saw Nathan Jewell capitalizing on his last end, but the end before, Team Jakes had a lot of opportunity there. There was at one point where they were sitting 3 in the 4-foot. Even if Ethan King makes his last guard, could have come out of that with a steal, which they did anyways after a flash by Team McDougall. So both teams wanting to continue their level of play here in the back half.
Eliminates that. 6-2.
After trading deuces in the women's bronze medal game, Team Crozier still with a 4-3 lead and the hammer in the fifth end of play.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh, we should have never called straight.
Contact with the one, but rolls out.
Okay, we gotta take a second before we call straight.
Just in here.
You're being the old me. Just take a second. Then yell straight.
Was a steal of one by Grace Cave in the fourth end of the U21 Women's Championship game.
Let the rock do its thing. Then call
They
straight.
tie up 2-2. Team Einspieler will try to bounce back with the hammer in 5.
All 3 games close, so now you get to that point where you start to play a little more cautiously when an end doesn't start to shape up for you immediately. You start to bail.
I've seen quite a few rocks in play over in that women's final. Of course, with the trip to Switzerland already decided, they're playing the Swiss team here. There is still some money on the line, a couple prizes, some jackets, brooms, things like that. But nice to sort of have the big one sort of off the shoulders
But
of the teams
bragging
they get to
rights, too.
play.
You know, you
Absolutely.
take the title.
After a miss on that last draw, now the chance to move this stone. Really, other than that third end, Rob, most of these ends have been very open, not too many rocks in play. It's really come down to a couple key misses, either a flash here and there or some rolls out when they don't want it. That's led to opportunities for either squad.
I'm gonna be full on Evan right now. I'm gonna be full on Evan. Before he calls straight, let the rock do its thing first.
Big
We've only seen one real end where it looked like Jakes was very much in control, and then
Then call straight.
it was a nice cleanup by Team McDougall to limit any damage.
Hurry.
Interesting change of strategy here for Team Jakes. After hitting earlier in the end, they're now trying to freeze this open
All the
stone.
way.
Sit shot.
All the way. Bring it. Hurry. Hurry.
Okay, got it. Control.
Not in a bad spot, still in front of that other yellow stone. Normally don't see that kind of call in sort of a wide open house like this. Of course, if you make the freeze really good, it's great, but that's a very difficult shot. And if you're a little bit off here, now the opportunity for Thomas Delgante to remove this red stone and sit 2.
Curl. Whoa. Curl.
See how much it curls right now?
Straight. 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 Low.
And able to do that. There goes the red, now sitting 2.
Thanks.
Now with 2 yellow stones in the rings, can't really play with too much. Doesn't want to play with too much risk here, so gonna try and remove them, make the double.
What? Wasn't working. Well,
Yeah, just
I'm
roll to
Team
the side.
McDougall's only mic now.
Just up nose.
What? That's still on, I think.
Off nose on that side.
Yeah, that's on.
Richie.
What's that channel 50? Oh. Thanks.
Never. I'm out. I'm way out.
He's got to curl a mile. Yeah, he has one.
Plan B. Plan B for no jam. No jam.
Holy shit, what a
And
shot.
makes the double.
And you heard the call there halfway down by Jeremy. Calling for that plan B. They were trying to make that double on the nose, but reacting to how he threw that stone makes it the other way. We're back to a wide open house.
That's why.
I couldn't really call it, so I was kind of just hoping.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing
Straight.
with my release. Like I think that's just a
Hard.
lot of rotation.
Hard. Top 4.
If it's a guard, we go.
Hard.
If it's in,
Hard.
feel it out.
Whoa.
I'd say stick.
Yeah, stick, sir.
Again, switching up which side of the sheet they're drawing to, trying to keep Team Jakes on their toes.
It's good. Always show offside for what they hit. Always show like offside what they hit. Wait, I see two right, yeah. No, yeah, I know. Yeah. But this doesn't matter. Hammer-wise doesn't matter when I hit like this. Split.
Okay, they fully. If we go 4 foot.
Yeah, I mean, generally with,
It's hoping for a miss.
I would call more ice on it, but I'm really turning them
These
out.
are harder hits.
So maybe this will counter up.
Yes. So the center line hits are, yeah, I know, but he can go either side he wants though. This is tougher.
Straight.
Yep. Whoa. Yes.
Straight. Hard.
For stick.
Hard to stick.
Hard stick.
That yellow stone rolls just past the center line.
Not going inside out. You want to go inside out?
Will now try to replicate his
Clean
opposition.
release.
Move this red.
Clean.
This one. Very neat and tidy. Jake's just happy, and unless there's a mistake here, I think somehow get a deuce, take the blank, and start all over again. 6. Switching this side now.
There's no trip to Switzerland on the line here on the U18 side, but prize money, and of course, really important is the Trillium Series here in Ontario. Points on the line here to determine who will get buys to the provincial championships in the new year.
And that's huge for these teams. So I have the easy route.
Absolutely. I do like that about this new series that Ontario has been running, where if you do well all year, you're getting rewarded for that effort and getting that bye to provincials. You don't have to play those extra challenge rounds or regionals.
Changed the turn on that, worked out perfectly. Able to change the color. And they have made some changes. It's just out last night or this morning, the announcement about some of the challenge rounds not going because of the time and because of COVID restrictions at different clubs. So as you said, getting these points now, vitally important.
Absolutely. Whereas both of these teams probably getting a good number just for making the final, but every point counts, and you'd hate to lose out by a point or two because of if you don't come out on the right side of this game.
That's the discussion I was having earlier with Danielle Inglis about being in the wild card hunt, trying to. She's going the provincial route, but would like to have more points to certainly put herself in a wild card position if the provincial route doesn't work. Hit, change color, and it stays around. Oh, biter.
Duel will be forced to move this red stone. He's helped a little bit by how far back it is. It makes it a little bit more tricky to stick around anyways. He is trying to roll out and take the blank.
Well, that's been a recurring comment we've heard too. They'll got the clean release.
And it's especially important in these straight spots. The ice here is very release sensitive. If you just get that moving back a little bit as you let go of the stone, it's not going to come back for you. So try and slide as close to the broom as you can. Just let it come out of your hand. Final stone for Team McDougall here. This 5th pen.
Whoa, Theo! Whoa! Theo!
To force Team Jakes
Whoa!
to a blank.
Whoa! Girl! Girl! Girl!
And do the drop.
Oh yeah, you don't have a mic. Lucky. I'm joking. Control.
Nice to stick around in a tricky spot back there. Force Ethan King to remove this stone.
Roll out.
Hitting half rock, you're rolling out. Hitting 3/4, who knows?
Making plenty of ice here in this straight spot.
Yes! Whoa!
Alex Bellman and Jacob Milwad on the broom.
Well, no, I'm taking one. One red.
It will be one red as they pop it on the nose and it stays.
Well, after 5 ends of play, we have a tie game, 3-3. We come back in the 6th, then Team McDougall will have their chance with the hammer and control of this match.
Anyone can be scared to try something new.
But moving outside of your comfort zone
Can open new possibilities.
And having the courage to change something.
Doesn't change who you are.
So why try something new?
to innovate,
To create a legacy.
To make an impact.
You have to earn it.
And you better be ready to enjoy it.
Because you never know.
who else you might make an impact on.
What impact will you make?
Goldline, the choice of champions.
You gotta bring it.
Picking up action here in the 6th end of this U18 boys final. Gold medal game of the Runback Curling Championship. Matthew Hall and Rob Faulds here in the booth bringing all the action.
Keep wanting to see somebody set an end up with guards. This one rolls in again. So we'll see whether or not McDougall ignores it. No, they're going after it.
Just a result of how fast the ice has been this week, just unable to make that adjustment and keep these rocks above the rings. At some point, we've seen these ends play out before where McDougall will hit this, and from what we've seen, Jakes has usually come back and hit the stone as well, but at some point you have to sort of push the envelope, so it'll be interesting to see here if Jeremy decides to try and throw the guard again.
That rock is hung under it. Bro, it was making noises.
Right on top.
Bro, that rock.
Try and freeze this stone in the rings. Once again, a very difficult shot.
Score.
Especially tricky because it is over on the wings. You'd hate to be a little light and toss up a corner guard for your opposition.
It's got a curl. It's going. No, it's not. It's never gonna make it here. It's never making it here. It's never
You
making
have a
it
broken
here.
arm.
It's never making it.
As you said, get it set, and it will just disappear out the back of the house.
Yeah, we could corner.
Now the chance, Team McDougall, after that Yellowstone is left over on the side, the free opportunity now toss up a corner guard on it.
That should be good.
Then you'll start to see some rocks in play, I think.
Slow it down. Throw.
Indication is you got a little too much.
Sit. Sit. Pick.
Mom is begging this stone to pick, grab something, try to stick around.
Opportunity missed there. Had a great chance to set up a guard.
I think especially at this younger level, just almost feel the need to try and do everything so quickly. That's when you get on these fast sheets of ice, try to rush your delivery so much that you end up kicking out with so much weight. They are on time clocks here on this sheet, which would be the first time this week that they've been on a time clock, so that could possibly be what's leading to the rush.
Slow down when you start out.
Yes. Whoa. Whoa.
Just chillax. We all gotta chillax.
Yes. Yes.
Removal of the one stone.
Roll.
They just felt a little too.
Alex Bellman.
It's okay.
No pressure.
Picked up a little bit more in the end than I thought, but
Oh my. Don't feel pressure. Clean release roll. Whoa. Whoa. Tree. Whoa. What's the call?
Pops that red stone out of the back, rolls to the other side of the rings.
Pill with the straights.
And Jake's once again calling the hit.
Staying straight.
roll.
It'll really be up to Team Jakes at this point to decide when they want to push it. All these open ends, these possibilities for blank will almost always benefit the team with the hammer.
Well, let the rock do its thing.
Up to Jacob Millward, toss up some center guards, maybe next end, try to lead to a steal.
Hurry! Hurry!
So Bellman here,
Hurry!
they hit and roll a little bit just to change the next shot.
Chase nosing.
No shot.
Clean release, you got this, Will.
Oh man.
You got this.
Our time's not bad. We got a bunch of time. Like a bunch.
We do, but like 48 seconds.
Oh, we only have 2.5 ends left. That's 10 minutes.
Hard.
Change this to 5.
Well, Jewel removes the redstone from play, but it's going to roll out across the sheet.
Yeah, I know, but don't even say it.
There are those
Don't
chances
say
where you could
straight unless
work up tossing up another center guard.
More ice. Yeah, that's good.
That is the call here. He'd like to toss up a guard, give himself the opportunity to maybe try and steal something this end.
Remember, don't jump rocks. Words of
Tolerance is a little
McDougal.
heavy.
Yeah.
Like 3. Yeah. The back of the house is killing us. Really killing us.
All there! Just up here.
What? Wait, guys.
Don't touch.
T.
Don't touch.
T. T.
Again, they can't seem to find that perfect weight. This one,
T.
hear them say, where is it, guys? First thing that came out of their mouth was T.
You're sitting like back. No, that's not fair. There's no way.
Back 8.
T plus.
They all seem to have very good draw weight when they're looking for their guards.
This way.
This one slipping back of the 8-foot.
Yeah, I know, right?
Still Conte now his first stone of the end. Looks to remove it.
Straight. Oh, whoa. Don't be a me. No, I did. I call straight. Oops.
Make contact, but roll out. Oh, actually, quite a bit of late movement. That one was tracking the line for a while.
Yeah, I like it. Less ice. Less ice. Yeah, more ice. Yeah, that's good.
Will, I said straight accidentally.
Yeah, hit.
Accidentally
Keep
said
an eye on
straight.
this spot. This is a spot that we've seen
With hits.
a number of rocks not want to curl. A couple flashes wide here. Make sure you hit the broom.
In the words of Evan McDougal. No, it's just Evan McDougal. I'm just copying Evan McDougal.
What time did I get?
Crozier being forced to a single point in the 5th end of their bronze medal matchup against Team Johnston. They take a 5-3 lead without the hammer.
Good fifth end for the Swiss team
No!
in the final of the U21.
He took a 3, it looks
Yep.
like. 5-2 lead.
Full house guy.
Once again,
House
as
guys, okay?
I maybe foretold there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob. Just we've seen it a couple times. That spot is so tricky. I'm surprised they haven't tried. Both of these teams seem a bit more comfortable throwing these hits inside out, but at some point, if the spot is just that tricky, maybe switch it up, play it the other way, try to give yourself a better chance of making it. That one just a little bit wide, never comes
Hard,
back.
guys.
There's a hit.
Hard.
I miss it.
Hard. Hard.
Now trying to get this in
As close
for
as
second.
possible. Hard. Hard.
Thomas
Hard.
urging on his sweepers to get a piece of the rings.
Hard.
It-
Hard.
It does. It looks like it is nibbling that top 12.
Excellent sweep there by Theo Barbosa and William Jewell.
It's
It was
in.
fine. Weight was good.
Control.
Yeah.
Up with something good here for Ethan King.
Yeah, I know.
Move this Yellowstone stick around. Look to try and roll towards that other stone.
Whoa! Curl. No.
They need the curl.
Curl. Let it go. Gotta hit it thicker. Straight. Whoa. Straight. No.
They get rid of shot, roll away the shooter, and yellow's still sitting. One.
Where do you want it?
An opportunity to capitalize here with the hammer. Split the ring, sit two.
No. Don't need to.
Well, it looked when you came out, looked like it was gonna turn in on your release.
This is all you
That's why I
need.
held on to correct it. Otherwise, it was cutting.
Size and draw weight here. Just need to hit the paint anywhere and be in a very good spot.
Whoa! Whoa!
2 ends in like
Whoa!
10-ish minutes because it's 2 minutes of thinking.
You said can't touch and swept. Whoa! Whoa! Sure, bring it back. Bring it back. Hard. Hard.
Get a lot of separation here between these two yellows, not leave any kind of double.
Well,
Be good.
There we go. Back eight, nicely done.
Go on it.
Nice shot.
Sure.
Take a look at this call here, Rob. Definitely take the opportunity to remove one of them and at worst give up a two, but trying to switch things up. If you make this freeze, could lead to a force, but not without plenty of risk.
Looks like a lot of ice too. Try to get it to curl that much to freeze on top of it. And you can see already the hand from Jake's. Down, down, down.
Where? It's way out.
That's not good.
Way out.
Little heavy, little wide. This needs to dig in.
Oh, that's the two worst things, heavy and wide.
Sweeper's out of play. Doesn't look like it's going to dig in. It's going to sail right through the rings, and now out of nowhere, I didn't really see this one coming. An open opportunity hit the ocean here for Nathan Jewell for a 3rd point and a 3-point lead. And we understand the idea, Rob. With only 2 ends to play after this, giving up a 2 isn't a great situation, but it's a big difference here between giving up 2 and giving up 3.
Scoring in this 6th end too.
I just need guards.
Draw here.
Nathan Jewell taking a deep breath in the hack. Not the usual 4th rock thrower here for this team McDougall, but the opportunity to sort of earn his stripes. Hit paint here for a 3rd point.
Anywhere in the house.
Yep, that's the call.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Plenty of room line-wise.
Off!
Yeah, he's all good.
Off!
Right, he's actually going to use the backing. Problem is,
Gonna push it out.
and is he able to drag that one out? No.
Hangs on at the back, so 2 rocks that collectively don't add up to being fully in the rings, and 1 more in the 8-foot adds up to 3 points for Team McDougall here in the 6th end of play. They take very nice 6-3 lead. 2 ends remaining. We're gonna take a quick commercial break and pick up play in the 7th.
Doesn't matter if you're just learning how to play.
Or competing at the top level of the game.
We all go for fun.
And Gold Line gear?
This is for everyone.
These shoes are more comfortable than ever.
These are stable.
These make me slide straight.
These make me slide fast. The new Impact Head maximizes performance.
And can we talk about grip zone technology?
Because it's on the brooms and the gloves.
Beginner or pro, they got something for you.
It's a gold line.
It's a Gold Line. It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Picking up play here in the 7th end of this U18 boys Runback Championship final after a big 3 points by Nathan Jewell and Team McDougall in that last end after costly miss on Ethan King's last.
I've never seen him slide out so slow before. Yeah.
Now we have a guard here. Rob, after trying to throw the center, ends up a little bit wide.
The ever popular high guard. Take it though.
Guards have been hard to come by this game, so I'm sure if you're Jeremy Jakes, you're not complaining.
Just three. Just three.
Oh, steal. Oh, wait, steal. Oh, shoot, steal. Because they consider shaking a steal.
It's got to be here. It's got to be here.
Yeah, you don't want it in. You want it past the other guard.
It's over. It's over. It's over.
That's looking very good.
It's too high. Just draw somewhere.
We like seeing, especially on that side of the sheet, guards being a little bit higher. We haven't seen a whole lot of curls, so it gives you some more space to get around, get buried.
The overlap there, going to go try to hide one around.
Down 6-3, Jeremy Jake's team in the 7th end. Imagine most of your possible paths to victory start with taking at least a 2 here. Getting forced to 1, being down 2 without hammer in the last end would be a very difficult task to overcome.
And as we just saw in the last end, you make a couple of mistakes, all of a sudden opens the door and giving away a 3.
Absolutely, and a couple mistakes to start here for Team McDougall. 3 corner guards up now, excuse me. Plenty of room for Team Jakes to get one around there. Jacob Millward, his second chance now.
It's got to curl. It's got to curl 2 feet.
Bellman working on it right away.
It's got to curl.
King jumps on it.
It's got to curl 2 feet.
It's not looking bad if it is a little heavy.
Finish. Could be back 4, back 8, and that still gives plenty of opportunity to get to it.
About half open. This is the straight spot, so you have to be a little bit careful, but with those guards being up so high, definitely accessible. There is definitely enough finish to get around those guards. Team Jakes got by that high yellow one by probably pretty close to a foot of space. Will Jewell now like to remove this red stone, but maybe a little bit wide out of the hand.
Del Conte is trying to carve this as much as he can. It's going to kiss it, but does not remove it. Shooter rolls away.
Not only that, but
I just
still puts it still buried behind those guards.
harder to get to.
Great opportunity here for Alex Bellman to sink another stone.
Top 8.
Yeah, I know, but like we just messed up.
Top 8.
Straight. Straight. Picking. It's picking. Straight. Hurry. Hurry.
Doing what they can to get a bye. Can they sneak it by?
Picks right up there. Roll it.
Just touches that guard over. Still sitting one buried, rolls to another corner on the other side of the sheet.
No. Clean release. Top 4. T. Back 8. Through. Through.
Jewell Heavy again on this draw, gonna slip right through the rings.
Dodging one right now is Team Jake's.
Well, I mean, it was oh, you just gave a big extension.
Jeremy calling to draw around the other side, or the corner guard on the other side of the ring. Good idea. I think you do see a little bit more curl this way. Not only that, separates the red stones in the rings.
Where?
Little off. Back 4, back 8.
It's got to be top of the house.
No, you're back.
It's got to be the top.
Start curling.
Nice shot, top 4. Top 4. T. Back
Curl,
8 or back
curl, 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 curl.
Get some finish, get a piece buried.
Oh.
Was the exact spot where Nathan Jewell flashed in the third end, which led to a steal, so you do have to be careful.
Control, just hit roll.
There's the opportunity that is there for the double, but Thomas wisely just saying, just make the hit and roll. You end up hitting it in the perfect spot, that's great, but keep the shooter around.
Whoa, curl, curl.
In the sixth end of the women's bronze medal game, it was a steal of 1 for Bella Crozier out of Sudbury.
Hard. Get over.
Able to make 2. No. Nudges it, but not out.
Bella Crozier with a 6-3 lead without the hammer in the seventh end. That one just kissing off the back of that
It
red
looked like they
stone.
had the double for a moment.
Sorry.
Doesn't matter. A little
So
less.
close. So close.
Like edge of button-ish. Yeah.
Another chance here for Jeremy Jakes to hide one around this corner guard.
Don't feel pressure. Don't.
Whoever wins it.
Don't.
Whoever wins this game proves they don't need this good.
Yeah, I know. It was so close.
Half an inch. Not even.
Also, you'll regret it after the game if you feel pressure now.
Yeah. Line's good. Yeah, hard. Straight.
Hurry.
Straight. Straight.
Hurry.
Hard.
It's got to bite.
Hard straight, guys. Hard. Hard. Whoa.
Goodbye.
Curl.
They'll look good now. Trying to bury it as much as they can.
Nice shot, Jeremy.
Really heavy. Holy
He's going to stay. Does. Second, but everything back 12.
Great shot there by Jeremy Jakes. Keeping the dream alive here of a multiple score. An even 3. Thomas Del Conte will have something to say about it, though, trying to play a draw himself, maybe freeze.
Both of you. Heads down. Will, you too. Curl. Heads down. Both of you. Hard. 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 Keep sweeping. Hard. Help them. Hard. 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 Hard.
It's pretty much what they were looking for, just not getting that finish once again. Chance here for Jeremy Jakes to remove this yellow stone, sit 3.
Yeah. See how quickly it turns.
Control.
Said earlier that most paths to a victory here for Jeremy Jakes involved getting a 2 in this end, but anything more than that would be just a bonus.
Control.
I'm trying to get Theo to not feel pressure because he says he feels pressure right now. I'm trying to tell him don't worry
Nose
about
off
it.
the left side.
Tell him to like you'll regret about feel pressure now, so don't feel any.
Whoa.
Because I
Whoa.
like that.
It's got to curl. Close.
He's got it.
Want to rub that corner guard.
No. No.
Whoa.
By the guard. And then going to roll. Small one.
Clean release.
Still fully accessible, but does
Up for perhaps a jam.
Okay.
swaps a little bit closer to that corner guard. Difficult to make this double. can probably see enough to make it on the nose. So if you make it over the top, you're going to be very close to rolling behind the guards on the other side of the sheet.
I noticed it's been a little off. Oh yeah. Yeah.
We'll get 3 here, and then we'll steal 8.
Nathan Jewell with a 3-point lead, but facing 3 with his first stone here in the 7th end.
Clean release. Will. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Yes. Whoa. Whoa. Curl.
Gets 1, gets 2.
And the roll.
Good shot.
Absolutely
Terrific shot.
spectacular shot there by Nathan Jewell. Moves 2 red stones, rolls behind the corner. Don't think that does curl a little bit more with that out turn. Yellow might be accessible, but a very difficult shot.
They're coming with the out turn. Out in the wings.
They're going to take it on. Still the opportunity here for a multiple score, but nobody has really thrown out this wide. It's going to be a guess of how much it's going to curl.
Just giving him about a rock and a half. That.
I've seen this turn curl a bit more towards the center line. You would imagine should come up about a rock or a rock and a half past that guard, depending on what weight you throw. Big King here trying to bounce back.
Yes. Hurry!
Got to get by that top guard.
Hurry! Hurry!
Got to
Alex
get by.
Bellman.
Hurry! Oh my goodness.
Alex Bellman and Jacob Milward just aren't able to hold it. Kisses that guard, rolls out of play. Yellowstone still accessible, so it'll be up to Nathan Jewell. He'll need to hit full house here to get the force.
It's fast. It's very fast.
Shot for 2.
Thomas with a final reminder to his skipper.
You think it was
But
fast?
I think it's
It's
been a
fast
little
enough.
fast today, yeah.
Very fast.
Buck if he says it again.
I'm not taking that bet.
Yeah, it was a straight shot. Mine needed to roll over, and I know I said whoa, but like I know.
Final stone here for Nathan Jewell. In this 7th end, looking for the force.
Top 4. All you.
Super seemed to like it early.
Top. Whoa. 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 Right here. Whoa. Off. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Oh. Nice shot.
Great adjustment with the weight there by Nathan Jewell. Digs in the back of the forefoot. Going to be all he needed. No opportunity for a multiple score here. Going to be just a draw to the forefoot. Maybe deciding to play the hit.
Well, I think the concern is the fact they haven't been able to figure out weight throughout this game. Use the backing that's there.
We don't need points. We don't need points. Just throw it through the house. Plus, yeah.
Final stone of the 7th end here coming from Ethan King.
Whoa! Whoa!
Needs to stick around for his single point.
Now to get it to curl. It's the hit, but it is not going to stay.
Yep. Yep.
Knock it up.
Steal of one.
1 point for Team McDougall. Steal of one. They'll take a 4-point lead.
Coming home.
Definitely lots of work here for Team Jakes. They'll try to regroup as we take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back at the start of the 8th.
I missed a shot.
I made the wrong call. I didn't sweep hard enough.
We let you down.
At least that's what they say.
Like they want us to quit.
But that's not who we are.
That's not what champions do. Champions fight back.
Champions rise again.
Champions are resilient.
And make no mistake,
We are champions.
Gold Line, the choice of champions.
And we're back picking up play here in the 8th end of this U18 Boys Championship Final between Team McDougall and Team Jakes. And just the wind sort of being taken out of Team Jakes' sails there that last end. Had an opportunity sitting 3 at one point, but an outstanding double and roll behind the corner by Nathan Jewell sets up the opportunity to sit 2. Ethan King rolls out on his last stone, ends up as a steal of 1, so it's a 7-3 lead here for Team McDougall in the last end. Jacob Millward will try and get a couple guards up for themselves.
This is where they have to solve the guard issue.
Absolutely. Get up a couple guards, figure out draw weight. The 4-point lead, it's going to require some help from the Team McDougall squad, but all you can do is try and make 8 shots, and this one is going to slip into the rings, be hittable.
Doesn't matter, take it out. You got this, Theo. Control.
Final words of encouragement there by Thomas for this throw.
Curl. Hard.
Nicely done. Now, here goes another guard.
Moves the red and loses the shooter, so not a rock they have to worry about.
Look at the bright side. We get free shirts.
We watch the sheet. We do have handshakes in the women's U21 bronze medal game. Was a steal of 1 more for Bella Crozier to go up 7-3. Charlotte Johnson decides she's had enough. Shake hands. So congratulations to Team Crozier, bronze medalists this year at the Canadian Junior Cup. Jacob Millward gets a guard up. Of course, you can't peel it yet with the 5 rock rule, so Team McDougall deciding just toss this away. Don't want any additional rocks in play that they don't need.
Okay, we have 5 more rocks to get rid of 4 rocks, okay? 5 to get rid of 4. I like the odds.
Top 8. Yeah.
No, then they'll tie us. 4 for the win.
This was our Where? All there. Where?
Alex Bellman looking to
Gotta be top 8.
draw buried here around the center line.
Girl. Hurry! Get it here. Has to be here.
Well, now,
Come on!
with the 5 rock rule, now they're just going to start to peel.
Peel.
Take the out turn at this. If you ever happen to sail by the top one, you can get the back one. Make sure reds disappear. Switching over to the other side though.
Straight. Whoa, whoa.
Feels with the top one.
It's 2 down.
Thomas Del Conte counting stones, knowing they need to just remove 5 reds from play. Very little margin of error to work with. Jeremy Jakes deciding to try and get every rock in the rings that they can.
Can't have the sweepers just escorting the rock down the ice. Got to make them work. And
Nathan
again,
Jewell
it's
with
the weight again. It's
yeah.
been the concern. Team Jake's the entire game, just trying to get it dialed in, and that has not been the case.
Straight. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Now with
Nice
four
field.
with 4 red rocks out of play, Team Jakes needs every one of these. Last 4 shots to score. One more takeout will win this championship for Team McDougall.
Alright. I don't think I'm even going to ask what Jarway does.
One more.
That's what I thought.
Timeout called on sheet 5, and that's the U21 women's final.
Oh, I mean, I pretty much have straws. Yeah, I mean, I pretty much made all my draws.
Grace Cave, Isabel Spieler. Spieler from Switzerland. St. Gallen.
Yes. Look at the shot clock.
Cave from Hyde Park. Spieler leading 5-3 in the 7th.
Yeah, I thought
Taking a timeout.
Why is their clock going? Guys.
Need this one to die.
Has to be in the rings or
Gotta be.
Team McDougall will be the champions.
Nathan Jewell trying to help it out.
With an injured shoulder, he's able to do it. And that'll be it. Handshakes. Team McDougall are your 2022 Runback U18 Curling Championship winners. Skip, Nathan Jewell. 3rd, Thomas Del Conte. 2nd, William Jewell. Lead, Theo Barbosa. Plenty of adversity. They have a skip on the other side of the country on vacation, switching up the lineups with an injured Nathan's shoulder. They're able to battle through it all and walk out of this as champions.
Win over Jeremy Jakes of the Oshawa Curling Club. So congratulations big time to the team from Hamilton taking the Runback U18 men's title.
And don't go anywhere if you're watching. We're going to take a quick commercial break before we jump over to hopefully catch the last end of the women's U21 gold medal game at the Canadian Junior Cup.
Hey guys, Stu here again, and I'm having a crazy day because in the morning I was in the East End and now I've zipped across the city to the West End and I'm in the Junction Triangle and we are bringing another spectacular semi to market. And this one is super cool because you know what? It's 3 gorgeous, stunning units. So you know what? You want to live in one and you want to collect a bunch of rent from the other 2, pay your mortgage. It's an amazing investment. Each apartment's been totally done. Brand new kitchens, appliances, gorgeous wood floors. They've done all the work. They dug around the basement, waterproof it, sump pump, paved a new driveway, new windows, new roof. It is an unbelievable investment, and it's a great location right in the Junction Triangle. Lots of cool little funky shops and cafes on a net, and then you just hop over DuPont and Dundas and you're in the Junction, the coolest area in the city. You're close to High Park, Bloor West, Transit, the Up Express downtown, Black Creek Drive, Stockyards. It's an unreal location, great investment. So go to stewsales.ca, see all the pictures, video tours, and videos, and give me a call.
Thank you to everyone who decided to stick around. We have moved over one sheet, turning our cameras to catch hopefully one more end here of the U21 Canadian Women's Junior Cup Championship match featuring Grace Cave out of the High Park Curling Club in Toronto, facing off against the guests here from Switzerland, the last Swiss Cup champions, Team Einspieler out of St. Gallen, Switzerland. Looks like we're
another timeout. They just don't like the situation, and you can see right now it's an opportunity with last Yellowstone. If they can eliminate that cave rock, this could be all over in the seventh end. I was wondering, St. Gallen is northeast Switzerland, south of Lake Constance, and east of Zurich, for those that are trying to figure out the location. And the timeout is complete.
Current score 5-3 for Team Einspieler with the hammer. Currently one red stone in the 4-foot guarded. Looks like the opportunity, they could have played a run back double to try and get two, but with a 2-point lead, really not necessary. They've decided to just draw the 4-foot for their single point. Even if you don't make it, you give up a steal of one, still have 1-point lead with the hammer. A great situation in the final end.
Isabel's got that Alina Petz look-alike contest winner look with the ponytail and glasses. Good shooter. Needs good finish on this final stone. Got the 4-foot and a little backing too with that red stone just off button.
If we look, that's Renee Frigo on the right, Lynn Haupt on the left, Alyssa Rudolph in the rings. Now we see the situation in the house. She's trying to draw the 4-foot for a single point and 3-point lead. The piece
Very nice sweep too.
Looks like it just
Is it enough?
grinded
And
in.
you're getting a wave to the skipper. That's a good sign. So add one more. 6-3.
3-point lead for the team from Switzerland. You're going to try and defend and win the Canadian Junior Cup. We'll go quickly to commercial and we'll come back at the start of the end.
It was a steal.
Oh, as
The way
we
they
see,
kicked it away. So the Cave team narrows the gap to 1.
we'll take a quick commercial. We'll be back at this as soon as we can.
Anyone can be scared to try something new.
But moving outside of your comfort zone
Can open new possibilities.
And having the courage to change something doesn't change who you are.
So why try something new?
to innovate,
To create a legacy.
To make an impact.
You have to earn it.
And you better be ready.
To enjoy it.
Because you never know.
who else you might make an impact on.
What impact will you make?
Goldline. the choice of champions.
And we're back picking up play here in the 8th end of the Canadian Junior Cup Women's Championship Final between Team Einspieler out of St. Gallen, Switzerland, Team Grace Cave out of the High Park Curling Club in Toronto. We saw that last end draw to the forefoot to try and score her single point by Isabel Einspieler, but just digs in, comes up a little bit light. It's a steal of one. Score currently 5-4 for the team out of St. Gallen, Switzerland with the hammer. The Team Cave lead, Sadie McCutcheon tossing up a center guard. Team from Switzerland missing the tick. So second opportunity here for Sadie McCutcheon to get a rock in a good spot. This game seems to have had no shortage of rocks in play, Rob. We've been taking a peek over every now and then. It seems there's at minimum 4 or 5 every end. Sure, that's not what Team Einspieler will go for here, though. Going to try and remove this stone.
They played. Renee Frigo throwing 2 very good stones.
And this one will continue to play out to script. I think Team Cave will try to draw around here, get it buried. Emily Madaw throwing this time around. Get it buried. Team Einspieler will likely walk up, peel the guard. It'll be a exercise in replacing and peeling the guard for a while. Emily Madaw, very good draw here. Right down to the top of the button, right behind the guard.
Don't count out the Cave team. They came up with a huge come from behind win over Johnson to get to this championship final in the U21. Big count of 4 to turn the game around.
Absolutely, that was in the 7th end in our feature matchup. Capitalized on some misses from their opponents. Very good squad. They will represent Canada at the Swiss Cup in February. Ooh, and unfortunately a big miss there by Einspieler second. Lynn Haupt doesn't get...
For Cave, what they'll try to do is get another one in an awkward position, and then Einspieler will start to peel, try to open up her scoring area.
Love to get one frozen right on the nose of that stone top button, but of course you don't want to leave an angle, leave an easy double later, so even if it's top 12, that should just act as another guard. Like that's the call. A little bit light. Just don't want to keep a bit of an angle here so there's no run back.
Peel.
And help looking for redemption after that flash on her last stone.
They do leave a guard, but they do remove the 2 red, open up the red in the forefoot.
We're looking at this on a bit of an angle, but it looks like that yellow rolled far enough. That red is definitely accessible. course, if it comes down to it, that's probably in the way of an out-turn draw.
Yeah. Would love this just in the center line tight. Actually, as you're looking at it, that's where her broom head is.
Looks like the line's going to be good. Leave plenty of separation, so no run back available.
Another peel.
And you'll continue to see this playing out. They'll peel the guard, they'll throw it back. Einspieler is waiting for an opportunity where maybe the guard isn't made perfect and they have a chance to make a play on that stone in the rings. As it is right now, difficult to tell. Looks like there might just be enough room to draw the side of the pinhole for her win, but of course, I'm sure Isabel would like pretty much any other opportunity than that.
So another guard will go up. As you said too, they don't want it too tight that they inspire Swiss team to take a run at it.
Yeah, the thing is that redstone top of the button is so good that the Swiss will take any opportunity they can to move it. Even if you have to play a run back and you don't make it perfect, but you at least move it out of the 4-foot, give your skip some chance. This one I think needs to finish a little bit, get across the center line.
Splits the center line.
Maybe a bit of miscommunication there by the Cave team. They seemed not panicked about the weight and looked like it had a lot of curling to do, but looks like there's a space now between those two guards where the Swiss may be able to come down, remove that red rock from the button. That port looks a lot bigger on our cameras with the angle, I'll say. Maybe about a rock and a half of space, it looks like. We'll see Alyssa Rudolph attempt to give her skip some room.
This could be a beauty if it gets through the hole. Through the port. And they do nudge it away. And yellow is shot.
Yellow shot stone looks like maybe just biting the edge or just outside the 8-foot. Red rock just on the outside of the 12-foot. Grace will try and make a draw to the top of the 4 here. Look for her steal point. Grace ever makes a really good draw here. I'm sure Isabel's happy that Alyssa gave her a very good look at that lightweight tap.
It's starting to dive.
Needs to like the line. Needs to stop. One throw there by Grace Cave, just a little bit heavy.
Yeah, gives Einspieler something to back up to.
Maybe over curled a little bit, maybe accessible with that out turn again through the hole. Of course, with it back 4 though, Einspieler with no obligation to necessarily play it, could play the draw. Red's in a tricky spot though. If you try and draw and you go right back to it and freeze, you leave the opportunity for Grace to freeze right on the pin.
Einspieler taking the same ice right now, indicating the same ice to Rudolph that Cave took for her draw to the back 4.
This is really tricky. This has to be close. As I said, you don't want to be a little bit heavy, but if you're a little light and come up top 8, it's pretty much just another guard for the Cave team. Isabel Einspieler with her first rock here in the 8th end. Out of St. Gallen, Switzerland.
Get it by that red guard. At least move it off the line.
Move it enough, Rob, to expose that rock back of the forefoot. It's don't think it's close enough to the center that you can really try and go for the win here. If your team Cave try to steal 2, I think, as they're suggesting, just toss up a really tight guard. Force Isabel to draw the forefoot. You know, she came up a little bit light on that last end, so.
The thing is, this is the same ice she took on her first rock.
You know, with that red stone there, I think you'd love to almost be just off of center.
Yep.
On the other side, try to choke off as much of that draw path as you can. First priority, have to guard that rock back of the forefoot. Final rock here for Grace Cave in the 8th.
That's to the center line. Very nice.
Right where she wanted it, so it's going to be a draw to the forefoot for Isabel Einspieler to be the 2022, Canadian Junior Cup champion.
If not, then Team Cave has forced an extra end.
Redstone at the back of the forefoot, pretty much just fighting the white of the 8-foot a little bit. So needs full 4 here. Einspieler now all up to Renee Frigo and Lynn Haupt. There's plenty of
weight. How about a little extra for you?
Our jobs never end, Rob. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, the extra end of the 2022 Canadian Junior Cup Women's Gold Medal matchup.
Doesn't matter if you're just learning how to play
or competing at the top level of the game.
We all go for fun.
And Gold Line gear?
This is for everyone.
These shoes are more comfortable than ever.
These are stable.
These make me slide straight.
These make me slide fast. The new impact head maximizes performance.
And can we talk about grip zone technology?
Because it's on the brooms and the gloves.
Beginner or pro, they got something for you.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
It's a Gold Line.
And it's the choice of champions.
Back as the two teams get their rocks set up at the far end, preparing to play this extra end back towards the glass. We saw there a steal in the 8th to tie this game by Team Cave. Draw by Isabel Einspieler, not very close, sailing through the rings. She came up light in the 7th end to give up a steal. Heavy there in the 8th. Now a tie game, and Team Cave will try and repeat history, get their third steal in a row here. First rocks by Sadie McCutcheon.
Oh, there we go.
Just doesn't quite dig in time, just bites the top of the 12-foot. Renee Frigo being asked to remove this from play, roll out.
Good throw.
Sure, Isabel's happy to maybe play a little bit of a more open end here. Last two ends have given up steals by missing draws. But Grace is going to try and do everything she can to make her throw another one. A good adjustment.
And to the center line. And that will go back.
A bit too far. You hear 14 Cave draw into the rings. Call here for top 12. Could go top 4 buried, but if you go top 12 and Swiss team peel the guard, you can draw around it later. Lights the top of the button. About looks like it might be half open. Over curled past that guard.
Another peel.
Second for the Swiss team is Lynn Haupt.
Don't want to leave the guard. Like that.
Yeah, and not only, of course, doesn't make the peel, but rolls the shooter slightly directly in front of that red stone on the button. So, worst case scenario there for Lynn Haupt and the Swiss squad. Emily Madag going to try and draw the top of the 12-foot here. Chance to steal a championship here, maybe, if the Swiss can't clear things up. A little light
Little
touches.
nick.
Yeah.
Not bad though.
It's still in a good spot. I think the Swiss still have to be pretty aggressive here, try and make the double peel. They only got one. That red rock is in the way of any kind of play into the 4-foot. Pay attention though, if they're able to make this double peel, that yellow may be coming straight back into the rings.
And it's back right on top of the Cape Stone and takes it out of play. What a brilliant shot.
Could be a championship winner there for Lynn Haupt after maybe worst possible outcome on her first one. Maybe she was just setting it up the whole
Maybe
way.
that was it, yeah.
She knew what she was doing. The Cave team will have to start all over again here with Julia Markle. With that yellow stone where it is in the rings, not a whole lot of opportunity. Probably looking at a hero freeze. Grace's last. Alyssa Rudolph's first shot here.
Nicely played. Up another one.
Much in the exact same spot, so it'll be the same shot here for Rudolph to remove this from play. Sure. Einspieler is able to come out with the win here, Rob. Team K will be happy, looking forward to their rematch at the end of February. Swiss team won the last Swiss Cup, winning their right to cross the pond and come over here and the chance to win the Canadian Junior Cup in the same year.
Double.
One more peel here for Isabel.
Grace Cape to try to find out where she can do to eliminate that Yellowstone.
You know, with that yellow above the T line, almost impossible to make any sort of freeze and be shy. You probably have to tap it in the back four, and then you're just hoping that Isabel jams it.
Yep. Hit and takes her own out.
My. Out of nowhere, the chance here for Grace Cave.
So now, your Grace Cave, you have the guard.
It's a pretty big mental switch. I think you might have sort of reserved yourself to your fate, but chance here, come around this guard. On the forefoot.
Yeah.
Cave and her final stone trying to cut down these rings as much as she can.
I think 15.
That's in an extra, probably. I would imagine it might be a little bit slower.
$16.
Well, it's
Gotta be there. Gotta be there. Big scrub. That's terrific.
Up maybe a quarter buried. It's difficult to see from over here. Not quite getting the finish she was hoping for.
Just edge is buried.
Definitely accessible. You have to hit it. Just throwing a bit of a heavy draw here. Try to tap it through. They're actually going to take a timeout. I think there was some confusion on what exactly the shot was. Isabel Einspieler came down to the end, turned around. All three players seemed surprised at where the broom was coming down by Alyssa Rudolph.
It's almost like ice in the kicker.
Take a quick timeout here, discuss it with their coach, make sure everyone's on the same page.
Brunner. Instructions to her team. Jody McCutcheon checking in with Team Cave.
And I think the discussion is just on where that broom was coming down. It was surprising to me, too, to see how much ice they were taking. Made me think that they were just throwing a heavy draw. To see this rock is definitely a piece buried, but not a whole lot. You could probably get away with hack, maybe even a board waiter if you wanted to.
But you've got to you've got to make sure you flush it.
Mm-hmm.
You can't kick it off the edge, otherwise we're going to play extra.
Would that be something? I don't think you're ever going home here today, Rob. Isabel Einspieler here in the extra end. She gave up a steal in 7, steal in 8, now in danger. Another steal here in the extra. Grace Cave sitting shot stone.
That's the hit and stick.
Helped on the inside. Frigo on the out.
Here it comes.
Broom goes up by Alyssa Rudolph. Remove the red stone. Stick around. Scores her single point here in the extra end. And there it is. Win the Swiss Cup. Earn the right. Come all the way across the pond. That's the competition here in Canada. Team Isabel Einspieler backed up by Weiss, Alyssa Rudolph. Second, Lynn Haupt. The lead, Renee Frigo, out of St. Gallen, Switzerland, are your 2022 Canadian Junior Cup curling champions. and see what this means to them as they exchange hugs on the ice. From myself, I'm Matthew Hall. Sitting beside me in the broadcast booth today is Rob Faulds. We'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. We have one more draw coming up tonight, scheduled for 8:30. Keep an eye on our YouTube page for when we go live. Thank you, everyone. We'll be back for the U21 men's gold medal game between Jacob Dobson and Kyle Stratton.